Ladies and gentlemen, this is Piece of Time 3, written by Josh the Boss 49, other known as influencer, rapper, / entertainer, and he also is an author. So, we're going to delve deep into the dive of Piece of Time 3. We're going to start with Hell is Closer Than You Think. In the midst of the shift at Miracle Hospital, Joshua's phone buzzed with an unexpected call from an unknown number. Hesitant but curious, he answered, only to be met with a chilling voice on the other end. "Joshua," a haunted voice echoed. "It's Denise. I can see you right now from hell." Ooh. A shiver ran down Joshua's spine as the voice claimed to be that of his ex's deceased aunt. The air grew thick with an unsettling presence. Suddenly, an otherworldly sensation gripped Joshua as a large, ethereal tongue emerged from the phone, wrapping around his neck with an airy force. Choking and gasping for breath, Joshua felt an otherworldly force at play. The voice persisted. "Hell is waiting, Joshua." Just as quickly as it began, the spectral tongue released its grip, leaving Joshua bewildered and breathless. The call ended abruptly, and Joshua was left to grapple with the surreal encounter, wondering if it was a twisted manifestation of its own fears, or a glimpse into something beyond the realm of the living. The hospital's sterile surroundings offered no comfort as he tried to make sense. What is happening? Sense of the supernatural disturbance that has unfolded during his workday. Joshua's heart raced as he tried to compose himself. He glanced around, half expecting to see some sign of the supernatural lurking in the hospital. Now, I must tell you what's playing in the background. As we're currently leading this chapter, it is Creed Rock 41XL Turbo. The song is Torn. Now, the reason why I have rock in the background is that I thought it was kick-ass. Now, moving on to the story. Corridors. With trembling hands, he reached for his phone to call anyone for reassurance. Yet, a nagging doubt crept into his mind. Who could he tell without sounding insane? As he struggled to remain and regain his composure, a flicker of movement caught his eye from across the room. Was it just a trick? Or the light? Or something more sinister? Joshua's pulse quickened, and he realized that his encounter with the otherworldly might not be over just yet. Joshua's mind raced with questions and doubt as he attempted to focus his duties. Each passing moment felt like an eternity as he tried to shake off the lingering unease. Was it a hallucination, a prank, or something far more sinister? Throughout the remainder of his shift, Joshua couldn't shake the feeling of being watched. Every shadow seemed to conceal unseen eyes, and every echo sound with an eerie resonance. He found himself glancing over his shoulder repeatedly, half expecting to see the spectral presence from the phone call materialize before him. As the hours dragged on, Joshua's nerves frayed, and the lines between reality and nightmare blurred. Was he losing his mind? Was there truly something lurking just beyond his perception? As the end of his shift approached, Joshua made a decision. He needed answers. With a sense of trepidation, I'm going to pretend I know that word, he resolved to confront the mystery head-on, determined to uncover the truth behind the chilling call from beyond the grave. With determination fueling his steps, Joshua made his way to the hospital's administrative offices. He needed access to the call logs, hoping they might provide some insight into the mysterious caller's identity. After explaining the situation to the staff, Joshua was granted access to the records. His heart pounded with anticipation as he scrolled through the list of recent calls. His hands trembled slightly as he finally found the entry time stamped with the chilling encounter. However, to dismay, the number was listed as unknown. There was no trace of the caller's identity, no clue to unravel the mystery that had haunted him throughout his shift. Frustration gnawed at Joshua's resolve, but he refused to give up. He was determined to find answers, no matter the cost. With a renewed sense of purpose, he resolved to delve deeper into the enigma that has consumed his thoughts. Leaving the administrative offices, Joshua's mind raced with possibilities. Who could have made such a call? And why? And most importantly, was there any truth to the chilling message from beyond the grave? As Joshua pondered these questions, a memory surfaced from the depths of his mind. Denise's aunt, the one who supposedly called him from hell, had always been eccentric, dabbling in the occult and claiming to possess psychic abilities. Could it be possible that there was some truth to her claims? With a sense of urgency, Joshua decided to investigate further. He reached out to Denise's family, hoping to glean any information that might have shed light on the situation. After a series of tense conversations, he learned that Denise's aunt had indeed passed away several months prior under mysterious circumstances. Joshua's heart sank as he realized the implications of his mystery. Could Denise's aunt somehow be reaching out from beyond the grave? And if so, what did she want from him? Haunted by these questions, Joshua resolved to delve deeper into the supernatural realm, armed with determination and a newfound sense of purpose. He embarked on a journey that would lead him to the very edge of reality itself, where the lines between the living and the dead blurred into obscurity, into the relentless pursuit of answers. Joshua delved deep into the occult, determined to uncover the truth behind the mysterious phone call from Denise's aunt. His quest led him to perform ancient rituals and delve deep into forbidden knowledge, risking his own sanity in the process. Finally, after weeks of research and preparation, Joshua found himself standing as the threshold between worlds. With trembling hands, he performed the final oh my goodness, these words. Opening a gateway to the realm of the dead. By the way, it's amazing. It's written well. As the mist parted before him, Joshua beheld a sight that chilled him to the core. There, amidst the flames of hell, stood Denise, her eyes hollow and filled with an otherworldly emptiness. But before Joshua could react, a wave of terror washed over him, paralyzing him in fear. The darkness of hell enveloped him, twisting his mind and shattering his sanity. In that moment of horror, Joshua realized the true cost of his obsession. He had glimpsed into the abyss, and it stared back into him, leaving him scared and traumatized for life. As the gateway closed behind him, Joshua was left alone in the darkness, haunted by the specter of his own folly. And though he tried to move on with his life, he knew that some nightmares could never be escaped. In the aftermath of this harrowing encounter, Joshua's life descended into a nightmare from which he could never awake. Haunted by visions of hell and the tormented souls trapped within, he found himself consumed by unrelenting paranoia. Every shadow seemed to conceal unseen horrors, and every whisper echoed with the anguished cries of the damned. Sleep became a distant memory, replaced by a never-ending cycle of terror and despair. But the true horror awaited Josh in the depths of his own mind, for as the days turned into the weeks, and the weeks turned into the months, he began to realize that he was not alone. Something sinister has followed him back from the realm of the dead, a malevolent presence that lurked just beyond the edge of perception. At night, Joshua would awaken to the sensation of icy fingers caressing his skin, and the sounds of whispered promises, they would say, of eternal torment. No matter how hard he tried to escape, the darkness always found him, its grasp growing tighter with each passing day. And then one fateful night, as Joshua lay trembling in his bed, he felt a cold breath against his ear and heard a chilling whisper that sent shivers down his spine. "Welcome to hell, Joshua," the voice hissed, its words dripping with malice. And in that moment, Joshua knew that he was lost, condemned to an eternity of suffering in the clutches of the darkness that had claimed as its own. Present day, Chapter 1. Broken clock is right twice a day.